All right.
There should be. It's too bad there's not a Hannibal video game.
He is the only viewer we need. Oh man, a Hannibal straight up Japanese style dating sim. Like Tokimeki but Hannibal.
Sure.
Would
I
you
mean,
play as Will Graham or as Hannibal, do you think?
you would have to play as Will Graham, and like half the game is you having a really bad fever and barely understanding what's going on.
Just Will Graham getting increasingly sick is a huge portion of the game.
Yeah. And so you don't really know what your feelings are.
Yeah.
You're like, is it real feelings or is it my encephalitis?
Is it real feelings or am I contracting a preanal disease from all the human meats I've eaten?
Or am I so empathetic that I am mind melding with the world's serial killers?
I thought I stopped at the beginning of a day, not at the end of a day.
Oh, it might not save
Well, shit. I
until you do
guess
something.
I guess I must end
Oh
this
yeah,
cycle.
we had really good dice too.
Yeah, we did. Well, let's see if maybe the RNG is in the same state. Somehow I doubt it.
Me too.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, they aren't as good as last time.
Pretty decent. All right.
I don't remember if we did the medication too.
No, we didn't. We didn't because I'm trying to be conservative with that stuff.
You're gonna need it soon, or you're gonna be down 2 dice.
You mean 3 dice?
Yeah, I mean you'll be missing 2 dice.
Oh, okay, yeah. God, I cannot believe Ethan's tab is already back up to half. I'm never gonna get off this section of the station.
What do we? I mean, you just need to stop buying so much stuff. Though you're.
I have so much stuff to buy.
Time to get to work.
I'm a big spendthrift.
Ooh, Rabia.
Oh, God. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please. The sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia. I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry. I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I was curious. Curious is good. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I mean...
Man, I can't believe you didn't pick the I feel like I had no choice.
I don't want to... I don't know, dude. I feel like that choice was kind of setting the tone of this interaction, and I don't want to start from that position. That seems... That
She
seems
holds
weak.
cattle prod.
Yeah. Currently, I wish you no harm. I don't have any particular animosity towards you, though I don't think it's cool whatever you've done with
Look.
Sabine.
Like, listen, Rabia, I'm not worried about. I don't wish you were dead, but I do wish someone was dead, and I am looking for someone to fix this.
Yeah. Could you make someone dead for me? I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways at the low end. What do you know about Yatagan? Nothing, pretty much. Come on, Sleeper, humor me. I know we have a reputation. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. About to get that Yakuza hard sell. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here?
Havenage.
Yeah. Havenage, like, straight up has, like,
Cops.
security personnel.
Yeah.
Havenage. Yes, they like to believe so, don't they? By claiming a lineage that extends back into Erlin's Union, they assume the burden of authority. But they have no authority here, out past the Bright Market, where few work in their shipyard or pay their docking berths. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. Yeah, one thing I know about people that live in neighborhoods dominated by organized crime is that they love the organized criminals. Yeah, that's a uniform truth.
I mean, listen, they see themselves less as criminals and more like community organizing.
Uh-huh. Oh, God, we're getting into Pat's personal fetish for unionized mafias, or mafia-ized unions.
I'm just saying, maybe it's less like the mob and more like the Black Panthers doing armed surveillance of their neighborhoods.
I guess. I mean, the Black Panthers didn't really, like, sell contraband or raise funds. The low end...
that's fair.
Yeah. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabia meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned, the moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, and some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yatagan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. This seems rash. This seems undiplomatic. I'm gonna say, okay, where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge, so I also believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it wasn't good. I will be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee? It goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and asked for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. There's no reason in talking to this lady about, like, the subjective realities of Sabine's experience. I think they're pretty partisan, so I think I'll get information. Who's
this Yannick guy?
Yannick is one of the heads of Yatagan. They guide us. He is the newest to be elected, and he is an elder. I don't trust any of you. Rabia sighs. That is your right. I only wish to explain our actions, to speak for Yatagan. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You are free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear.
My name is Kiryu Kazuma.
She turns back. Yeah, she's the good Yakuza. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yatagan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. I don't know, dude. I don't really like cops. I don't really like cops even if they're not called cops.
Listen, no, they're community organizers.
Yeah, they're community organizers who organize their community with electro swords.
So you could plug your 5 in there and guarantee a positive for the shipment.
But that would...
Steel shipment, it's going to be your last one.
That would fill the midline security clock. Like, if the clock fills, that means it's over.
I don't know if that just means you can't do it anymore, or if it means something bad happens to you. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it means something bad happens. But I do need a ship mind fragment. I need a second ship mind. And I don't know where else to get one.
Well, you have 2 ship mines right now. You need 1 more for the event.
Yeah. I could do Spoke Climber. Spoke Climber needs 4 more. I could probably... Yeah, I could straight up finish Spoke Climber with the rolls I have.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. This will give me access to more options. Maybe some of them will be incredibly lucrative. I've done it. I've spoked.
Back out. Let's see what's here.
Ascender car. Hub access elevator. I can go to the hub? Okay.
Send to hub.
And pause import export. I can sell a ship mine for 150 cryo. I can buy a ship mine core for 300 cryo. I only need a fragment. I wish this person sold fragments.
It's like you kind of thinking about selling one of these cores, though, or these fragments, though, huh?
Well,
that's a whole last ship mine.
Yeah, they only buy and sell cores. Let's try going up to the hub. What's up here?
New zone.
The hub. Okay. The hub is thronging with spacers from across the surrogate systems. They can be a prickly bunch, but they know the place well. Okay, that's engage. The stacked bays house a flow of incoming and outgoing ships. The digital manifests will help you get your head around this place. So I could do this.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll see what that opens for you. Because each time you fill this clock, it opens something.
It can cost energy.
Yeah, if you get a bad result. But I don't know if you can get a negative result.
Yeah, I could.
With a 4?
Yeah, 4 is 25% negative, 50% neutral,
okay.
25% positive.
Let's see what's here. Anything new?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Guess you're gonna need 2.
Unless...
So what to do with this final dice?
Look, I can rotate.
Mm-hmm. It's a space station.
Hacking is kind of the obvious. But actually, no, I have the reroll. Let's get it. 1. Nice.
This is what I'm talking about. It's only made my dice worse.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's only made my dice worse. House Manister's not in the chat right now to defend the reroll mechanic.
I could have used that too on that keynote. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
You use the 1 on anything?
Maybe something that I have a bonus in?
No, I was going to say anything on the computer zone.
Oh, probably. There's a Havenage agent here. What's he say? 2-3. And there was a Yatagan guy up here. 1-3.
Yay!
Yeah. I mean, that earned me a paltry 5 cryo.
Well...
And I have to eat.
You get 5 cryo for just doing a hack.
Yeah. Give me rations. I'm hungry.
So here's the real question. Have you considered not having bad dice? This is a good question.
I've thought about it.
So here's the next thing that we need to consider.
Mm-hmm.
Do we do the meds this round, this sleep?
I'm pretty sure there's someone at Tambor who's buying Yaragon. No, they're buying Havenage. I don't have any Havenage data. Shit.
No, don't worry. Hey, I feel like Havenage buys Yaragon and Yaragon Turf buys Havenage.
Well, where are these Havenage buyers?
Not until you finish Fang.
Great. You mean Fang's, like, interminable, never-ending quest line that has given me nothing?
All quest lines lead to,
What's the clock here? Okay.
When that clock fills up, it'll have me back.
And then... Shipyard... I feel like Yard Hand might get me access to ship mine fragments eventually. I might try that next time.
I don't fully remember if it did. I want to say, no meds?
No, I'm not on the threshold of anything yet.
I think you are.
No, I still have 4.
Never mind. Okay, it must be the next one.
Yeah, I'll do it tonight.
All right.
These are decent rolls.
You need money. There's a lot of places we can work right now. There's the bar that you buy rations. There's
I think I can work the Tambor too. Oh no. Oh yeah. If I can make a shitload of Tavla money.
Yeah.
What's that?
But it's risky, and the thing that you can lose is money from this.
Yeah, but I have 2 100s, so let's just get rich. Boom, 77. What do you think?
Wow.
What do you think? Should I go for the 5?
You're going for it.
I mean, this would get me above 100.
If you get a positive.
If I get a positive, and I can't get a negative. The worst I can get is neutral.
But you can get less money.
We'll see. Let's just do it. Ah, damn it! Alright, well, I'm at 86. What was the cost on this?
150?
No, 100. Because of that discount that we got from our cool big friend. Our large buddy.
Yeah. Oh, and Ethan's tab might be up next round.
Oh, it will be. And it's gonna be insane.
But that ship should be back next round too, right?
Which ship?
Oh, never mind. That looks like it's 3 away.
Yeah.
That yellow clock.
What's this, 20?
Might be better off using that on something safe?
I guess.
There's gotta be work that's safe.
Oh, not this. Bar shift is risky.
Yeah, they can throw shit at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just ship mind.
Is the exchange?
No, Ord exchange is risky.
What about Mingji?
Oh yeah, I think Mingji has 1 risky and 1 safe. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
but
1 safe noodle.
The safe is like.
And this won't pay you money. This will just pay you in noodles.
Yeah, that sucks.
I think maybe the elevator has a safe one. Maybe.
Yeah, the elevator I think does. Yeah, it's got freight operator, and its interface, so it raises my stuff.
Yeah.
Positive. I'm at 107.
And you did you get a dice thing back?
No. What do you mean a dice thing? You mean like... No, I didn't.
Okay.
I do need to... I have to eat, too.
You could risk it. Maybe House Minister is right, and it only matters if it's empty.
Yeah, I'll risk it. I just want to have this off the list, you know?
Well, you have enough right now.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it, Patrick.
Now you do not have enough for any money, for any food.
Yeah. I also don't have enough for anything
But you can cross.
Yeah, I could cross the greenway.
We've reached the final zone. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. This is new. This is from the DLC.
I love that there's not an option that's just like, oh, okay, keep walking.
Stubborn XPR spacer. She adjusts the strap on her shoulder, barely giving you a second look before setting off down the corridor.
There we go. My icy silence banished her.
I'm sorry for her. The second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug.
It didn't hurt.
They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Esh?
Ish?
Eshe? Ish? Ish stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrow at you. Ish, please. Do you want everyone on the station to hate us? Ish hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon.
Don't interrupt.
Cordon? Peek sighs. This station isn't Hawthorne. Everyone isn't yoked to the same corporate protocols. Ish sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions.
The Briar? Can I help? Who are the supplies for? I love that these are all options that she's like just told you, indicated that she's not receptive to. But can I help?
Peek smiles slightly. Siege? Help isn't exactly what we need. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peek. Ish rolls her eyes. Peek ignores her. We are with the refugees. The one Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station. Ish interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones your station administrators have called an existential risk. And they're running out of supplies while their rights to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ish. We understand that this is a big problem for the island. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ish from interrupting. But Ish turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peek finishes. That's terrible. That's difficult.
It seems like a hard problem. That's terrible.
Ish looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peek? Please. She gathers herself in the supplies. Ish, we need help just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peek turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke past the greenway in the waste. We have a good view of the cordon, though we aren't keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand.
Nice.
Ish turns to leave and Peek follows, waving goodbye.
Peek's got no sense of like an appropriate distance to take from a near stranger, and I'm into it.
A moment later, Ish shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner. Ish already picking up speed as Pete calls for her to slow down. The refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand a place, something changes. New drive.
Yay.
So let's look at move up to the eye.
New drive, groceries for the guys who are in trouble. Going green. Exploring the greenway is unlike any other place on the eye. Its overgrown chambers defy mapping.
We're
new drive
in the garden
is
zone.
Flotilla aid. Yeah, we finally reached Green Hills Zone.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh!
I have to wait for Fang. Of course. Of course I have to wait for Fang. Of course!
Look, they're grinding for cash too. The hyphen commune rules.
Work at the grow beds and work the canteen. Haifa makes me feel like they're my mushroom source. Tracking Ashton.
Yeah, that's the mercenary thing.
Oh, right, yeah. God, I forgot how many fucking things I needed to come to the Greenway for. I can't even do this. I can't even do this.
But look at that. It's explicitly gathering scrap.
Ugh. Climbing Briar. Supply rolls.
Welcome to episode Flux.
Oh, this is the DLC.
Yeah, I'd never seen that interaction before when you came over here.
Okay, cool.
This is a whole new section of the station.
Wow. They're programming the game as we play it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there's nothing I can do with 0 dice. Oh, let me see if there's any hack spots. Oh, it's dark. I need Greenway ciphers specifically. Encrypted keys ain't gonna cut it. What about over here? Nope. No hacking.
Time to take your medicine maybe and go to bed?
Yeah, it's time to take a little nap. And get ready to be a pay pig for Ethan again. Not Ethan. Yeah, Ethan.
You're too broke to be a pay pig.
I'll just play some fucking tabla. It's fine. Assuming I get any dice. I need like maybe 2, depending on how expensive Ethan's trying to be.
So stabilizer, yes, no.
Yes.
Drag it up.
Whoop. Oh yeah, feeling so good.
Body repair.
And
Time
cycle.
to sleep.
Oh, also I have multiple days to get Ethan's tab paid.
Yeah.
I'm starving now.
Bad dice.
Oof. I'm gonna go spend this 5 on tabla. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool in the same pool of light.
I love getting bullied by Ethan.
His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him.
I don't have money right now. Should I leave?
Or is this your chance to beat him up?
I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. The game tends to treat Ethan's gun like some kind. It treats Ethan's gun like a death note. Like
wait.
As long as he has it on him, he can kill me anytime he wants.
What else is a gun that someone is willing to point at you if not a little death note?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think me surprising him while he's drunk is even going to be enough.
Maybe he needs your help.
Okay.
As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns. Sleeper! He turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here, take their chits.
Stay silent.
Bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. Hey! He slams a hand on the bar. Come take the chits. The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster.
Wow.
His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you.
Oh shit.
Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Butter fingers, says Ethan and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back. If you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun.
Oh my god.
Now it's your death note.
I was not expecting this.
Thank
Dude,
God
am
we
I
didn't leave.
Am I just gonna kill this fucking guy?
We've been talking about getting people to do it. You got the gun.
I pointed it at him.
Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp, pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh, he turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper. He stands. This is more like it.
Pull the trigger.
You don't wait, you pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand.
I fucking knew it.
Shiny bullets.
I fucking knew this game wouldn't let me kill this fucking guy, but I had to, man.
10
If
shiny bullets.
If there was a chance that I could be free of this fucking psychopath.
10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well. He smiles and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move.
Is this just me dying?
You stagger back, he doesn't have any bullets, and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps the slate. No more playing.
Yeah, it's been play. That's what it's been.
Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. S and Sharp just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They canceled the contract.
Wow, okay, great.
He stands up. They canceled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temple, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine.
Oh, good.
When you shake off the last of the blur, bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door.
Now he's a threat to everyone. Now it's very easy to make the argument that maybe we should take this guy out.
I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor.
Ah, shit.
You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of Bright Market, looking for Ethan around every corner.
Yeah, god damn, why didn't the bartender dome this guy? He's like, he sucks, just dome him.
But look, the clock's still here.
Of course. What does it say now? Ethan's Vendetta. Ethan's Vendetta.
But you doubt you've seen the last of him.
Yeah, I tried really hard to see the last of him. I tried as hard as I possibly could.
If only you could. It would have been. Imagine if you had the option to, when you got a hold of the gun, to leave with the gun.
Oh my god, dude.
Scroll back to your den.
My house?
Yeah, your house. Okay, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
All right, so how are we gonna make money to get food? You have a 5. You can cash in on Tafla.
Yeah, Tabla's got the best dice to money ratio, so I'll do it as long as I can.
Well, when you have a success.
Yes, but you know, 5. My intuition's good, so 5 is a guaranteed success.
$30.
All right, now I can buy some food.
And you could probably re-roll your dice.
I'm just gonna buy 2 things of food. Yeah, I mean, my roll couldn't, like, there's no way it could get worse, right? There's no way it could give me 4 1s.
It could give you 4 1s. It could also give you 3 1s and a 2.
Boom. I mean, right now I have 3 1s and a 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god!
Nice!
Whoa!
Now where to fucking spend it?
We play in a different game now. What do I need? I need...
You can also pop it on some of the exploration stuff.
Yeah. Which is the one... So I could take the risk on this in the on the off chance it'll give me a ship mine core.
You could.
Maybe fill this clock.
Let's see what happens.
I'll look for a different source.
Look at the fear.
Hey man, I'm role playing. Oh, I haven't filled Blowender yet. I might as well.
Oh yeah,
just
there's
do
one
that.
more guy for you to meet.
Boom. And my energy's full.
Anything? Yep, one thing new.
Caster. You cross between 2 walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of Tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a Tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit. Okay. I play a lot of Tavla, so I'm down. You sit at the metal stool and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Caster, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps crudely sprayed white and black. Night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. I think as a Tavla shark, as a Tavla strategist who only plays a game I know I can win, I'm gonna play aggressively. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks, you target his counters, halting his progress, but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you. Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? All the dang time. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Caster whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. Great, a chess wizard. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives, unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die. so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Castor's before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this. Castor asks, what does this tangle of truths make you? Driven. Castor laughs. That much is obvious, Sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. Castor looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Castor clasps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with that last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here, and, if I am able, feed my curiosity. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. Okay.
Table.
What's he? Hell yeah!
So you can sell Havenage in numbers of 5 to him, or Yada get in numbers of 5.
Man, this guy hungry.
Wait, look at that again. Look at the description.
Stabilizer and a ship mine for the Havenage data? Holy crap.
Yeah, how close are you? I think you have 0 Havenage data right
now. I mean, there's only one Havenage agent left.
I can't remember if more populated or not. I think once you... Oh! Exactly.
Yeah, but it's just gonna get me 1. I need 4 more.
Well, we'll see what happens if that was the last Havenage data next time.
Yeah.
What about
there's even still a keynote.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm also about to fill a hunter meter. I really need that ship mine fragment.
You really need 4 Havenage data. Though he might give you a whole ass ship mine.
Yeah, his was a whole ship mine.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I should just do the heist. It seems like an incredibly bad idea to fill that clock.
You have a 6. You'd be guaranteed a positive result.
Yeah, but the clock fills either way.
It's true. But again, we're not sure of the consequence of that clock. Also, it's a random item.
It was Girol caps?
Yep.
It was 2 Girol caps?
It's a random item.
Damn it!
And now you are blocked. Now all it did was cut off the ability to steal shipment.
Alright.
What did Emphas want? I think he wanted...
Girols.
Is it Girol?
Yeah. It's 3 Girols. So it wasn't even enough Girol caps.
Wasn't there another place up above that was willing to sell mushrooms?
Paz wants mushrooms. Wants 3. Oh no, Paz wants Matsutake.
Matsutake. There we go. Well,
there's definitely like if I get in good with the eco commune on the Greenway.
I mean, the eco commune pretty much are guaranteed energy and something else. I don't remember what the other thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But one is like a guaranteed energy heal, cost spending money.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I guess, important for us to look out for if we don't have the cash, or we don't want to spend the cash.
I didn't get anything from mapping the stuff.
Oh, that's because that's a different. You're mapping out the area below.
Yeah, that's fine. I was okay with that.
The
Oh
thing
yeah, that's
I'm
Ashton.
curious about is go back up to the thing to the waist. I can't remember if this is just scrap or if that includes maybe a ship mine fragment. I wish I could remember.
It feels like if it wasn't
It
just
might just-
scrap, it would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
will they take these mushrooms?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's one of the things they need is Girol. Yeah, it's just 2.
2 exactly.
Fine. Let's start episode Flux. Action complete.
You came. Peak smiles as you walk into the climbing briars cargo hold behind a gloomy Ish. They brought mushrooms. Ish tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak.
Mushrooms are good.
Peak gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff it. Are these edible?
Try it, they're good.
Peak squints at you and the mushroom before delicately putting it back down. Oh, wait.
Ugh.
We're not so used to fresh produce. Ish is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming.
I'm not saying shit about how they're an acquired taste. I'm role playing as a hardcore mushroom fan.
The installation we grew up on, Ish wipes off her hands on a rag. XBR loves to name their property after natural things. But that's about as far as their relationships with plant life goes.
What's XBR?
This
Yeah.
an interrogation?
Yeah.
She blares?
I knew we'd
Either
hit
way,
this
we're
point
done
eventually.
with that place, which is all you need to know. Ish leans back against the crate she was securing. We're gonna need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though.
What do they need?
Food, water, components, a whole lot of things.
Please
Ish
tell me they
stands
don't need any ship mines.
and walks over to the mushroom you brought, placing them onto a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to ships.
Can't you just fly around? Can't you speak to Havenage?
We aren't exactly welcome guests, Peak explains. If anyone figures out that we came in with the refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Those are both interesting questions.
Yeah. Why is there a quarantine?
Peak jumps in. The Eye has a closed-loop life support, and just like any orbital installation, any unfamiliar illness or significantly increased strain on life support could cause a cascading collapse in its systems. You scoffs. Are we making excuses for these bureaucrats now? Peak turns. We are being realistic, Ish. But these people aren't in increased strain. They're living people. Ish stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. Ish slides the full container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Looks, as much as I'd like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fill in this hole. So if you're going to help... I think Ish is trying to say we need your help and quickly, Peak says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles or so. Ish steps forward, where Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for whatever happens next.
What can I do?
There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for the ship repairs. Ish gestures to the storage containers around the hold. Water we can find a way to source, or, my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenwood. Peak raises their eyebrow. Yeesh.
That's illegal.
She ignores them. For food, things can be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on their way over. We can get excess. Not more stealing.
More stealing. More stealing.
Peak sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack, harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks churn out vast quantities in short time scales. And the repair components? Peak asks tentatively.
No, that we'll have to steal.
Ash smiles. Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of scrap. She shoots you a glance. And I'm sure the sleeper has their sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out perfect. We get most of it also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I want to take what we have and go.
How will you get through?
He shoulders a container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. They flinch. Are you serious? Ish, I know we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop and take a breath. Take this seriously, Ish. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, Ish looks at you, but they might. They slipped out of an S&R facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You are always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is. She gestures at you. Help.
The key is to mad dog them.
Pete glances between the two of you. I swear, they sigh. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple of cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, Ash meets your eye. You can help me acquire the supplies. Discreetly, she smiles. We have to keep this quiet, keep Havenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is all over for us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just now found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us.
Thanks for telling me how I feel, game.
Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this together. Ish goes to the back of the hold to start packaging another container. Peak, come help me. Peak glances back at her. Sleeper, look, we didn't choose this either. They lower their voice. Help us finish this. We've set up a base camp on the Broken Spoke. You are welcome to rest there in any way of any of the cots while we work on this. They smile. We are in this together.
Oh shoot, I got a new crash pad.
Peak! He shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out at the broken edge of the eye's ring, where Havenage cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into?
What are you getting yourself into? Check it
Briar
out.
Base Camp.
New place to sleep.
Sleep.
And this one doesn't have the Ethan clock on it. Hell yeah.
The other one didn't have an Ethan clock on it.
Yeah, it did. My house? Oh, yeah, the compressor club has the Ethan clock on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here's the algae stack, the reservoir. Scryphon. Scrack.
Oh, well, at least it's one safe and one is... Wait, what did hacking the Havenage get you?
Oh, that one was, that one is probably the one I'm gonna do, its interface.
Yeah. Does it go to water for the flotilla? Oh, no. Hacking them will lower the Havenage alert if you set it off after siphoning water.
Okay. Oof. Oh, and this can straight up subtract from my condition. Wild. New things happening.
Negotiate access. Engage. You suck at engage.
I'm
You're
normal
not
at
good
engage.
it.
I'm average at engage.
But oh cool, a new clock. And it's, do you want these refugees to starve and die?
It's 12 whole cycles, but yeah, it's pretty rough.
Well, it goes forward in 12 cycles. Or at least the next step is in 12 cycles. Put a clock on it.
Alright, I gotta go to bed in game, not in real life. I'm not gonna fall asleep on my keyboard. I'm gonna stay with the spacers, just in case. someone is looking for me at my house.
Yeah, Ethan will have to pay to cross the Greenway. He'll never do that. He's broke.
Ethan's broke as hell. All he's got is a gun. All right, end cycle. Come on.
No, he doesn't have a gun.
Show me those boxcars. Oh, you're right. He lost his dang gun. Ooh, not bad.
Not bad.
Not great, but not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Service
Fang's still
dog.
not here.
Oh yeah, that's Fang. So what clock had I progressed? Oh right, I had progressed this guy, the Greenway clock.
Yeah, very little.
Yeah.
But it could get you energy. Oh no, never mind. Or I might. No, never mind. It's minus energy.
Yeah. All right, got kind of lucky this turn. So I progressed that clock.
Oh, you found a new thing.
The farm stacks. Steal the harvest.
Steal to get food. Barter for food. Work the stacks for cryo. That's 16, but it's endure, which you're at a -1 with that.
Yeah.
16, I think, is like the highest base cryo job you've seen so far.
No, Tavla.
That's not a job.
It's a job for me. I'm a professional Tavla player.
Yeah. What? Do you want to go spend that 6 on the Tavla boards?
Do I need money right now?
Maybe not. You are at $11, but
Yeah.
we now have ways to eat or get energy without spending money.
Yeah, we do.
What's at Rabia's office now? Patrol the ward, collect tithes, and you can get scrap components from collecting tithes.
Yeah, but scrap is not. I don't think scrap is ship mine fragments.
I don't know, but you could still sell scrap too, and use scrap to heal if you want.
I could go ahead and. This gives me energy.
Yeah, this will give you energy.
Yeah, so I might as well.
And, yeah, start filling the yacht again inside her clock.
Neutral
Yeah.
outcome.
But that's not bad energy.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if I get a positive outcome, I can get 3. That's crazy. Yeah, this is the place with the Tavla room.
Yeah. I mean, you could spend it... Like, what clocks are there that you could fill right now?
There's so many.
There are a lot of clocks that you can fill right now. And the ships are back.
I could go to the shipyard. Oh, do you think...
The ships are back. Let's see if you can get a ship mind. $60.
I can make $60.
Well,
Guess
with
what?
These dice?
I mean, not this turn, but I could easily make $60. Should I... Let's see, how much do I have right now? 35? Do you remember how much money this gives me? Like 15?
It says 24 or minus 13.
No, I mean the Havenage data. Because I could maybe sell this Havenage data instead of saving it up for... What's-his-face?
Does it say?
No.
I imagine it's at least like 10. I feel like it has to be at least 10.
Yeah.
Because you get 5 from a hack.
I mean, that's still not enough.
Yeah.
I can wait a day for the ship mine fragment. That's fine. All right, now I need to find something safe, preferably something that would help me fill a clock. Risky.
Yeah, I think doing stuff in the Greenway would probably be a little risky right now.
Yeah, I think the commune stuff is safe. Yeah, both safe.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. Start action. Oh, wow. A positive outcome. They love me here.
Yeah. I believe filling out the Haifa member clock also will get you another bed to sleep in.
Oh, awesome. Ah,
New drive.
new drive. Join the Haifa
Join the
commune.
Haifa commune. Yeah.
Okay. This seems like an easy drive.
You can eat working there gets you food, and you can sleep.
Man. Turns out being a communist rules. And psycho.
Cycles remain.
Ah, you're right. I have to save those colonists. Oh, I forgot to use my reroll last turn.
Oh, you did, but I mean, your dice weren't that bad. So.
Yeah.
They could have made them worse. Do you want to spend one of those dice on the, like, spend the 3 or something on one of the goals, and just put your 5 that you have left?
Yeah, I already know what I want to do here. I need one more credit. Yeah, I'm just selling the Havenage data. Screw it. Nice.
Then cryo.
And now...
Get that shit mine.
Gimme this. Zoop!
Time to save our friend Neovend.
Well, I gotta go to the
Fabricator.
Fabricate ship mine. Fabricate ship mine. Boom.
Done. Closed dock.
Done maxed out my ship mind chores. Neovend wants to be smuggled. Neovend is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. Okay, Neovend, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sleeper. Oh no, you were the voice of Neovend, I think.
Okay. Sleep. What was it? I can't remember the voice I was doing for Neovend. Sleeper. Must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted.
I understood that. What's the plan?
Servo motors in the machine begin to rev Neovend's anxiety clear. First, imprint Shipmind. Then, slot imprinted Shipmind into physical ports close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nests. Slot Shipmind at core nests. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will evoke killer.
Sounds simple.
The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting?
Why slot you physically?
I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. Am not like you, hybrid. Am native to cloud. Easy prey.
Ah. What is the core nest?
Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there.
Alright, let's go.
The sound of the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surface of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick or Haven security will be here.
Why is this happening? Why are they doing that?
Neovend's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the shipmind, clunkily scraping against it.
Good luck.
The metal creaks as the servos open the shipmind, its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neomind into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind, to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility.
Probably peeled their brain apart like an onion.
What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person? And in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the legality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie?
Yes, ascend to digital godhood.
The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up, take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neoband inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find the nest to slot them into.
You're an orb now.
Upgrade point!
Yeah! I can't believe it gave me an upgrade point. Hell yeah.
Do you get yourself out of the Endure hole?
No. Agent node give double data, +2 on Intuit.
But you need 2 upgrade points for that.
3 points, actually. Yeah.
No. The second ability is 2 upgrade points, and the +2 is 3.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the +2, but because the icebreaker one doesn't interest me all that much.
What about Obsessive Haggler?
That seems pretty good. Although, like, if I get Intuit up to +2, I can win Tavla with a 4, a 5, or a 6, which means I can get 24 cryo on half my dice rolls, which is a lot.
How far away are you from 2 more upgrade points?
I feel like there's a bunch of clocks that I have going. Like, there's a bunch of plot lines that I have been pursuing for a long time that should resolve pretty soon. Like surely Fang can't have another, 3 quests in him. Surely Fang is close to either death or victory.
Surely.
They can't
Fang's probably up there.
They can't just keep dicking me around with the Fang plot line.
Oh, right. There's a new thingy. There's a flashing thingy.
Wait, where is it?
Down. Next to your house.
Next to my house? Oh, there it is. Drone bay. Oh, guess what? I have this. Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to investigate the nest now.
Hack isolated nest. So I'm gonna need one more encrypted key.
Is that what you get from the nodes?
Yeah, I think the key nodes give those to me.
You want to see if you have enough for the last node?
I think I do. Though I'm right on the verge of Hunter. Maybe it was a bad idea to just blow one of my Hunter points on a frivolous hack. Yep, there it is.
Key.
But there's the Hunter noise. Oh, Hunter didn't show up. Good.
Hope that's good.
It's good. It's definitely good. Alright, there's that. Put the ship mind in here. There you go, buddy.
One more nest to find.
Doing his job. Admirably, and in total silence. Neoven does not said a word. Which is a little worrying.
I'm sure he's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's fine. It would be so funny if at the end of, after I've plugged Neovend into all of these slots, it's oh, turns out he's dead. As you leave the nest.
Is there or Neovend?
What?
The thread okay, this is Hunter. This has to be Hunter.
As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Oh, no. Threads... The threads are a thing they're like links between nodes. They're not hunter's tendrils. Look at your hand. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand, but in its place is an orrery, a sphere so bright it burns your eyes. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the Hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Thanks.
And now there's a new thingy.
Yep. Oh, this is a clock. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Alright.
But they're both +1s for you, right?
Yeah, but I think I might re-roll, because all of these are below average. Boop.
You want to... Well, I was going to say, did you want to spend your 3 before that? But you still have your 3.
Yeah, I just got another 3. So let's go ahead and do this one. Yeah, this one can give me huge style points. Come on.
If you get a positive.
Oh! There's
and now
that.
you can no longer do that action.
Yeah, you see it, a starburst of data, segments, and strings haphazardly angled, emanating from below, now to find the path down. Alright. Now I just need one more good die roll and I can finish the hunt.
Probably not even that good of a die roll.
Yeah.
So where are we spending a 3 and a 2?
Oh, let's just volunteer at the commune.
Fang's still not here. How's the clock look for is there a clock for the Briar?
Yeah, I mean, it should be a 12-segment clock. Yeah, it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. Is there a safe thing I can do for that? Risky.
No, I think they're risky. But yeah, the safe is hacking.
Yeah.
I'll actually do the
Working
I
the
guess-
stacks is safe, but
it would get you some cash. But I don't know if that's what you're really looking for right now. We don't really have anything to spend money on.
yeah.
Especially now that we have Haifa Commune and no longer need to buy food.
All right. Well, as soon as I'm done with Neovend, I'll focus on these guys because I don't want to feel responsible for a bunch of refugees starving. That would suck.
It's interesting. It's very interesting to see because
Oh, dang. Positive outcome.
yeah, you're close to being a Haifa member.
Awesome.
You could probably just throw that 2 in there. Yeah, the wastes are blocked off to you because you have negative endure.
Yeah. Okay. Negative, but whatever.
But it gave you energy and Haifa member.
Yeah.
Your energy is now full.
All right, great. Oh wait, I have an apartment over here. A place.
You have an apartment.
A place that I'm staying.
You're like you beat the spaceship the elevator shaft that 2 refugees are living in.
2 refugees who I have not yet helped at all. Oh, I have to complete active scenes. Where are the scenes?
Oh, did Briar bait? What active scenes are there? That's a good question. Did Ethan's clock fill up?
Oh, it might have.
No.
No. What active
Hey,
scene?
Check your house. Can you sleep in your house?
Nope.
No, it says complete active scene. Your thingies, your goals are flashing. Maybe that might tee us off.
Active? Active, come on. Rabia, Haifa Commune, Emphas, Flotilla, Ashton, Tracker, Hunter, Conway, and Build a Home.
Conway, yeah, Fang block was not full. I mean, we'll see it flashing.
I mean, it's not this guy.
Yeah, we'll see a flashing icon.
Where is it?
Oh, maybe it's no, the Haifa commune shouldn't have done anything.
What?
Is there anything past the Briar?
Let's see. Oh. Peak. What's up, Peak?
Sleeper. Peak catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting up here?
This place is huge.
Certainly is. Havenage have been busy. Come take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window, which looks across the ruined ring to a blinking red lights of the Havenage cordon. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. And all around the tug's flit, securing them in place, tending to the red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Pete interrupts your thoughts. How would you get through?
I mean, the tugs seem obvious.
As an escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all the supplies on one of these tugs, but it seemed like the Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon. Peek squints at the red lights, but then we'd be stuck inside.
Oh, I thought that was always the proposition.
Peek turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Ish has really wrapped us into something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. Silence grows.
Are there other options?
If you've got them, I'm happy to hear them. Peek smiles. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it to the cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage, though. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work. Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon scanning and deterrent systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready? He surely wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound?
Good. Sounds like you thought about it a little bit.
Good to hear. Peek looks down at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out at the window to the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather the supplies and to prep this plan. It's tight.
Very tight.
Peek looks at you. If this goes wrong, Peek sighs. Just get out, okay? They squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Ish anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us.
It won't come to that.
Peek brightens up a little. Of course, but just keep it in mind. Let's get to it. Peek stretches. I'll tell Ish about the improvements to the Briar and the rest. Let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings.
Cool.
More clocks, more clocks.
More clocks.
Peek smiles. I have no idea what guardian angel sent you to a sleeper, Peek smiles, but I'm very glad they did.
Bro, I've done nothing for you. I've been trying to get entry to a commune.
I've been eating lunch at a commune.
Oh my god, more clocks.
Cordon intel.
Good god.
And both are risky. But you've interfaced for once. So that's
yeah.
good.
Man. This is too much. I really gotta focus on this, like, starting tomorrow. Oh, I'll just go to my house. Boop. Okay.
And cycle.
And I'm gonna be down to 4 dice tomorrow. This sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
But look at these rolls!
Fang should be back, too.
God damn. Who cares about Fang? I'm ignoring him.
I think that might be an active action that you'll have to do.
Well, he can eat my butt for now. Because
Are you trying to get down?
am going to eliminate a threat. Oh, wait. Sorry, eliminate a threat. Alright, let's use one of these 5s on here. 100% positive. This should just do it.
Roll hope.
Hey!
Yeah.
Core nest. Come on.
Shit, mine.
Come on, let's do it.
Question mark, question mark, question mark?
All question marks.
Sleeper.
Whoa, look at this guy!
Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. At first, you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and around the nest, a loop with no end. And there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer. A sphere spinning around another sphere. An orrery of cycles and systems, a map, and then behind and above, a figure. Stand hands among the strings like a puppeteer.
What happened to you?
I am free, Sleeper. You freed me.
Yay.
Navigator's face, their heads a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. The head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace the orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest.
Ready what? I'm saying this in hopes that he will give me a big, like, pixelated gun.
A Minecraft sword.
Yeah.
This is you.
And then Hunter is there, before you can think, before you can speak. Entities, seize. The Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Hunter's threads surge for you and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles, searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks which they can crowd into and tear apart. Strike! You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming faster than you can produce beam swords. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge. And a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you.
Say tasting in the Hunter's voice.
Tasting? All 3 of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity.
Oh my god.
Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified obsessive tendencies, modified routines, above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from Hunter, the threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter
It's-
cannot... Oh, sorry.
It seems Hunter cannot invoke Killer. Neovens, no, Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar, and yet distant.
Is it safe?
It is looping, Navigator whispers. Unable to reach a conclusive position, it is deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of two spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate.
What a loop is.
I will monitor it, but it's unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve.
Wow, we trapped Hunter in hell.
You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt.
Good riddance.
Hunter is gone, Sleeper. Don't be so quick. Oh, Hunter is not gone, Sleeper. Don't be so quick to assume. All beings can break the bonds that hold them.
I guess.
The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to apply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers within starlight. But in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience.
What about me?
What about you? You are an emulation of a human mind. That implies limits, boundaries.
That's
But in
right.
reality,
That's
we're
right.
governed by the same rules I am.
That's right. It's time to overwrite my mortality.
Rules that can be overwritten can be rewritten. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometers. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and the whole solar system apparate before this music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. Your starlight dims. And so here we are, in darkness.
What now, buddy?
Navigator glides back towards the nest, and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the looping Hunter. Come, I should return to the ship mind. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected.
Why?
Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain. Somewhere else on the station, it is the true danger.
Ooh, a final boss.
They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat, through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mind. Take me there, Sleeper. We will finish this and be free. Navigator dissolves. As the Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen Hunter, floating at some distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark.
Good night, sweet prince.
Upgrade point!
Upgrade point. I got 2 now. I could... Let's see. No, I'm saving up. I'm saving up. Well, I could buy Icebreaker and then get closer to...
You could buy Engage and then get Endure to 0, since you need scrap for the ship, and the thing that guarantees you scrap you are locked out of, because it's a -1 in Endure.
Okay. Fine.
Now, you're not bad at anything.
Yeah, but I'd rather be good at something than not bad at anything. That's just how I am.
Is Fang here?
Who gives a shit?
Oh, we should go to the hub. Because that's where he wanted you to take it.
Yeah,
See if there's anything you can slot him into up there.
I guess. I don't want to spend any dice up there, because I really got to start working on... Okay. Okay. It seems a little reckless to just plug your shit into...
Question mark, question mark, question mark?
Hey, it didn't give me the ship mind back. That's bad. You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you, their sphere casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look, a center, point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree, only the trunk remains. Is Killer even here?
Quiet, Navigator hisses, and then you see it, like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out.
It's a big shark! It's Jaws!
Then it appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching.
It's looking for us.
The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark.
With a weird dog body.
It glides past, closer now, and you see into the void where its eyes would be, should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind.
Okay.
Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too then. Killer has been blinded.
How?
Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigator's sons dole as they drop their voice to whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator, notice something strange. This orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point.
This seems bad.
The Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever's drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic.
Get out!
You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it's only a matter of time before one of the Killer's sweeps brings them directly to the Navigator. Time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. You see it. 3 branches, the last 3 thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes, they must be broken. But they are encased in something, a glassy layer of protection.
Pat, you brought me here to start another clock?
Before snapping them from the mainframe for good.
Pat, this is a horrible idea.
You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear, an afterimage that slowly fades. You must act quickly. So now there are at least 2 nodes that just opened up on the HUD.
Where's the clock, though? Where the clock at?
Oh, you need encrypted keys.
Yeah. There.
There are nodes.
All here.
What do they look like?
Just normal. I mean, this one takes a 3.
They're pretty high.
I can go ahead and do this. My god.
You get 1 encrypted, and we can go spend those dice on the refugees.
Yeah. Damn it. This is so rough.
Hey, but now, look at the bright side.
Okay.
Hunter isn't hunting you anymore.
But I have another mystery. I like killer or something is gonna hunt me now.
Yeah, the thing that Killer invoked to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right. Well. All right. Let's go. Let's go help the refugees now.
Yeah. Because these are really good dice.
Let's descend.
And you don't necessarily need good dice to get encrypted keys.
Yeah. This is one of the things.
No, it's not.
I thought it was.
This is a place to get energy and money.
All right. Well, this is one of the things.
Water and algae. So you can siphon water. No, that's for.
Oh, this is for the alert.
Havenage. Yeah, that's for the alert.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. This is only going to give me one clock segment?
We'll see if that's what that means. I sincerely hope not.
Oh my god.
Oh my god? Is that really? You want to spend one on the algae so there's something?
Okay, so this gives me 2.
Why is water? Water seems like it should be the easy thing.
Yeah.
There's tons of water in the Greenway.
Ugh, I have to talk to Fang before I can end the day.
When you enter the service dock, Fang is already set up, couched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal, bathed in blue light. He looks totally at home.
I'm bathed in blue light.
Sleeper! What do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of old system pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. The mess is here!
The mess is here. You, the mess, are here.
Fang laughs. Don't question the process, Sleeper.
Okay, any updates?
Fang beckons you over. Has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal, with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks.
I feel like as this questline progresses, Fang's portrait should be getting more and more conspiracy chic.
His hair should be growing. He should have a beard.
Yeah.
Does this look like a wasteland to you?
His clothes should get dirtier.
Does this look like a wasteland to you? Fang shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them.
This seems bad, Fang.
Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready to assembly out here.
What are they machines for?
That's Conway's whole thing. Remote operated vehicles, drones, cutters, salvage haulers, the full set.
Okay.
Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the waste, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Fang looks worried. And why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud networks, and the Greenway is a total dark zone. No data can come in or out.
I can try.
No use. You need to enter the cloud, and there's no cloud to speak of. He turns and winks. That's why I'm going to pay them a visit.
Okay, buddy, how do you want to commit suicide?
You forget. Havenage come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me.
Wear a Mission Impossible mask.
But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network and we can work in tandem.
Okay.
It's a massive facility, buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars. So it'll take more than a few cycles to work through. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of here. He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands them to you.
Your only move.
But These are the last of my little
Oh, I'm
helpers
sure.
I managed to salvage.
I'm sure.
So make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they're tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run it like we did with the agents, hack the nodes, ping ping to locate the ports for the security system, and slot the worms in those ports and let them go to town.
Yeah, I do exactly what I've done for you many times before, and you do exactly what you've done for me many times before, which is nothing!
He needs his equipment that's now here to remove your tracker.
Yeah,
He
disgusts me.
He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon.
Okay.
Damn, this game loves cordons.
Yeah, there's lots of cordons.
What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank, you need to break in and slot a Ripper to disable it as soon as you can.
Oh my god. If I can't?
Fang gives you a hard look. You miss a system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. As simple as that. He clasps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm gonna need to let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot that first worm.
Thank you, Fang. Thank you at least for not starting a clock immediately.
I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen.
Got it.
Don't worry, you can run rings around their protocols. I've seen it. Fang gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations, then slot the worm.
I hate it when you talk about slotting worms to me, Fang.
Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around.
All this worm slotting.
Once I'm inside,
my worm's all slotted out.
I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing. No matter what, he crashes to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that.
6 cycles from now?
I think hopefully once you slot the worm.
Hopefully once I slot the worm.
He stands up. Oh, and one last thing. He lowers his voice. If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do.
What is it?
You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all of that data, and you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points you to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm.
This baby's hooked up straight to Mum's net.
I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yatagon, the hub, everyone.
It'll robocall InfoWars.
No matter what, Hardin isn't sneaking away this time. He grins. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot the first worm, I'll make my move. He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself.
Yes, time to prepare myself by not thinking about this for about 10 days. Alright.
Oh, what is there a new clock? Wait, is there also a clock at the other thing, the red clock?
What red?
Is there a third? Isn't there a third thing you need to work on? The speed,
Oh, do you mean the intel?
I thought there was also fixing up the ship. I think it's the big red clock next to the apartment, next to their little den.
Oh, I thought this was just all the resources. Yeah, this is Briar's Hold and Peak's plan. And then, oh my god, 8 scrap? 8 scrap? I have to just do this.
Well, you just need 2 more hacks, and then that'll be it, hopefully, for the killer.
I can't.
That's 2 dice.
Sure.
You could panic.
I can afford 2 dice to deal with killer. Yes.
I was gonna say you could panic, take the medicine just to get 5 dice for a little bit.
No. No, look at these shitty rolls. These. Let's blow one of these on hacking.
Hopefully. You can go to the hub. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I must ascend to hub. Okay, here's one. What's he take? Oh, right.
No, you gotta go into the dark web.
Yeah. 6 or 3? Let's check the third one. 5 or 3? Well, I do have a 3.
I get it. You have a 6.
I'm not gonna do both this time. I'm not blowing a 6 on this. Alright. The cloud. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows, a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You are desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Wow.
Time to slot.
That reduced my condition by 1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's slot time. Beep. Boop. Oops. Oops. There we go. Alright, 2 branches. And now we descend to rim. Let's spend this 6 and then re-roll and see what we got.
Yeah.
So the thing.
Algae's easier to fill.
Yeah. And the best I can get on that is 1. So let's go for algae first. Six. Alright, let's re-roll. Oh! Oh!
Do you want to spend that 6 on the hunter?
No.
The killer?
No. Are you kidding me? I think I can take another cycle on the killer. Alright.
What is that clock now?
Algae growth.
Oh. Oh. So it's a new clock.
Yeah, but it's only 3 days.
No, look at food for the flotilla.
Yeah. Okay, and I can get... Oh my god.
That's 8. You can get 2.
Oh my god. Why is this so burdensome? Why is this the final boss of clocks?
I think this was supposed to be post-game.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Wait a minute. Okay. All of these... This... Ah, man. I'm gonna volunteer at the commune.
I was gonna say, you could use that 1 to get any result and then spend $10 on it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
The worst thing that'll happen is it'll starve you.
Alright.
And it didn't starve you. I think
Yeah.
Did you get more energy?
Yeah, because of Thrill Seeker.
Excellent.
So I could just go to sleep like this.
Do you take the meds?
No, I'm gonna wait. One more. Oh my god.
Now it's a video game.
Yeah, they've given us the hardest clocks they can think of.
And you're starving.
I am starving, but I have money, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You can go buy some rations.
I can go buy some rations. Alright, so this guy's at 1 out of 3. Okay.
Yeah, and you can accelerate the growth by...
Well, also I can harvest when the clock is at 1 segment. I think the more the growth is filled, the more I can harvest.
I think you should get food before you do any rolls, because if you get minus energy, it's gonna fuck up your health.
Well, I mean, I could do a sure thing roll here. I could just put my 5 in here.
But it's still a danger.
Yeah, but there's literally no chance of a negative outcome. It's 100% positive.
Alright.
And if I put a 4 in here, what does this do? 50 positive, 50 neutral. Yeah, let's just Let's just do this and
Oh.
see what this does.
Okay. I think it's just gonna raise it by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then hopefully next time each cycle more can be harvested. So I guess once it's full, then do it, and maybe it will be more than +2.
I think what this might do is it might just limit the number of times I can harvest in a single day. So like if I empty this clock, I have to wait another day before I can harvest again. So I didn't really need to do that.
You want to check to see if either of the dice you have can finish killer.
Yeah.
You gotta blink out.
6 or 3.
Damn, neither.
Yeah.
Maybe on a reroll with your 2s if you reroll.
That's what I'm thinking of doing. In the meantime, I think.
Put that. I was gonna say, do you want to put that 4 on the algae growth, or what? Or you could put the 4 on the scouting.
There's no point in putting it on algae growth because algae growth is going to be max tomorrow if I don't harvest today.
Yeah.
So
you could drop that 4 on. Also, you could drop that 4 on
this guy.
I was gonna say the scouting, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm ever gonna finish water for the flotilla, I'll need to start.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 and 3. I think 3 was one of the ones for killer.
Yeah. 3's the one you needed.
Yep.
Get some food before you give me a heart attack.
Okay, jeez.
You're starving. My baby's starving.
Oh,
My baby's sleeper.
Not this place. It's this place. All right.
Man, I can't wait until at least one of these are done, so it doesn't feel like a weight of pressure on us.
I know. We have so much going on. All right.
And all of them are life or death.
Yep. All right, bypass. Extract data. All right, we got the stuff.
All right. Slot it in.
Branch 3. Go ahead and put this in here. Go. All right. What now? AE1 mainframe. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Yeah, and you can either catch the killer or kill the killer.
So I can fill catch a killer in. I can fill kill. I can fill killer is dead in 2.
They're both 2 if you get the most positive result. Wait, no, never mind.
The one on the right is 7 segments.
It's 8 segments. But
yeah.
Do you want to kill it?
Why wouldn't I?
Okay, so I mean, let's read it. The killer protocol has been running for long enough. Breaking the mainframe's final connections will end the protocol. Versus,
I guess
the killer protocol can be isolated without being destroyed. A loop of connections could lock it into a closed system.
Yeah, I mean, Navigator. I imagine killing killer would trap Navigator. Because this game loves to fuck me for wanting revenge. Oh man, really?
But you know what? I think you could come back to this.
Yeah, I mean, there's no clock.
There's no clock. There's no clock right now.
Yeah.
So let's go put something on a clock that is ticking right now.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, either recon or
harvest algae. I can.
You could start getting scrap for the ship because now you're not at 0 endure.
Oh God, I guess. No, I have to. I have to be +1.
+1.
Oh my God!
Can
really?
you trade? Is it trade for scrap then at the market? Is that where your other source of scrap?
I guess so.
I know collecting scrap in the waste is like, I think it's like 3 to 4.
Really?
Scrap in action, yeah, it's super high.
Holy crap. Can I buy scrap here? No.
Nope. The market? No, it was the market up.
Oh, the Ord Exchange, you mean? No,
Yeah,
Ord
it was
Exchange,
like
you
a
sell
thing.
scrap.
Play the exchange will only get you money.
Yeah. At least according to the info text.
Is the other ship the one that you didn't get ship mine scraps from? Sell?
The shipyard might have a way to get scrap, but I'm still not, like, in at the shipyard.
Neither says that they will give you scrap components, right?
Right, I'm saying if I advance the clock in the shipyard, I might unlock a way to get scrap.
But I mean, check the other trader ships that come in and out.
They're not here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Really?
C4 isn't here.
Damn.
B2 isn't here.
Then I guess we're a little fucked.
Yeah.
Unless, wasn't one of Rabia's things scrap?
Yeah.
Tides?
Yeah, tides could give you scrap, so we can go ahead and do that.
That's +1 too, so.
Boop. Let's go. Scrap components.
1.
Now we just need to do that 8 more times.
More times. I think you have, what, 9 cycles left?
I think so.
They gotta get you. You have to be able to get more days.
Never mind, I have 7 cycles left.
There has to be a way to get more days.
I mean,
6 after this.
They acted like you could, they acted like being half ready was acceptable.
Yeah, but that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
For once, I am blind. I am flying blind.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't out when I played.
Let's do this.
Why would anyone do blend in with a crew?
Nice.
That's halfway.
Blend in with the crew has lower consequences, so you only lose 1 energy on a negative outcome.
Intercept comms only has -1 energy.
No, it's -2. It's minus.
Is my compression that bad?
I guess so. All right. Next, let's.
Start harvesting algae.
Yeah, we need to.
You have enough for another ration too. So.
Come on. Neutral. Great. Look at this one segment. Christ.
Oh my god, I think on a success, wait, is there 2 pluses next to it or just 1?
On a success, it'll give me 2.
Yeah.
But on neutral, it just gives me 1.
That's fucked.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna re-roll these. Yeah, 6 and 4.
Oh,
This is some stuff we can use. I think the 4 might get me.
Do we want to do
a killer?
Any of the killer stuff until the?
So
it's only like 5 more cycles, 5 more cycles after this.
So here's what I'm thinking: if we do the killer stuff, then we might be able to get a character point.
Yeah.
And that we could use. Well, shit. We would need 2 character points to get Interrupt to +1, which is what we would need to harvest scrap. Shit. Man, I should not have done this.
I know.
Oh my god.
I wish I
so
knew.
Rough.
I heard.
Let's do this.
So I know at a certain point in this game, the economy kind of. Oh, so you can. So it didn't take away both pips. You still have 1 more pip to get 2 from.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's good.
One pip is
you-
one pip equals one harvest.
Yeah.
I can
Oh, and you
do
could
this.
you could use the one at Haifa to get some food. I don't know if there's a ton else.
That's true. But I think if I get a bad result at Haifa, it only gives me one food.
Maybe.
Neutral. Great. Of course.
And the Havenage has ticked up.
Yeah.
But hey, it's halfway.
No, the clock isn't halfway. It's less than halfway.
No. The water is almost halfway.
That's no, it's not. It's it's almost halfway.
Yeah, it's almost
not halfway. Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the bright side of things.
No doing that. This will only give me one energy. I might spend it there. I'm going to spend it there anyways, but I'm also going to buy some food.
Yeah.
Boop. Alright, great.
Yeah, I gave you a little bit.
Yeah, it only gives me one because of Thrill Seeker. Alright, let's go to the canteen. Get some ration.
It's gonna be the last ration you can afford before you have to start doing stuff that makes money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Havenage agents have repopulated.
Yeah.
So at least you know that they're back before, what was it, Cantor?
Yeah, if I want, I can start collecting a bazillion Havenage datas for him. But that's, like, every time I do that, it uses an action, and every action is precious for fucking the hungry ship over here.
I know. This is fucked up.
It's fucked up.
I feel like they're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I can save them.
It's like these rolls are okay.
They're kind of bad.
They're not great.
I can turn 1 into 5 here.
And maybe that'll be most of the way. Yes.
Gave me a neutral outcome. Are you shitting me? Neutral outcome. Actually, I'm gonna
Put it in.
reroll. Boom.
I was gonna say no. Put in the 3 because
you were right, but it's too late. I was just too eager to get anything done.
Oh, cool.
Wait, I have to do more clocks?
Oh my fucking god!
This is insane.
How would this be possible? You don't get more dice rolls.
And then the canteen.
Also more clocks. The tugboats.
At least this is a +1 as opposed to this, which is a... Oh, this is also a +1. Still, like, Christ. This is so intense. Briar upgrade. Slice thrusters?
I think you only need to... Wait, don't you only need to do one? No.
No, they acted like the ideal would be to do all 3, but there's no way I can do all 3. I have 5 days. Guys, this is a bad plan.
At least you can get more food for them.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Mm-hmm. And even if the...
Oh, another good roll. I just need one
tomorrow
average.
Tomorrow you'll be done. Because it'll populate 1.
Yeah. Okay. Time to end the cycle. This sucks, man. This is so hardcore. Oh yeah, and I'm starving.
Oh, but those are super good dice rolls.
Yeah, these are the dice. Oh, come on, eat my ass, Ethan.
You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you.
No.
You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend.
Friend?
Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff about you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge.
Okay.
You remember now how S&R canceled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect?
Yes, I remember.
Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. Let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. So what did you think? That was it?
There's no need to antagonize this incredibly desperate man. I'm not an idiot.
Well, it was, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S&R gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly.
Oh, great. I knew it.
He smiles. What a disaster that would be.
Who?
Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, and about what went down, and it turns out S&R canceled all bounty contracts, the whole lot.
Okay.
It seems they've brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well on their last contract they got offered a job.
Oh my god.
Apparently he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something.
It's the Winter Light, Ethan.
It was smuggling sleepers out from S&R's big corporate nose. He killed the crew, blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They call him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget.
You mean Winter Light.
That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be happy to hear what I'm about to offer you.
Oh my god.
Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection.
Wait for the pitch.
I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there, the owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt.
So work it off.
See, they are that kind of businessman, he grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting.
This doesn't mean work for me, does it? That means work for them. If I say, then work it off, then work it off.
You should be glad, the anger rising is glad, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temple. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours, he sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us? He jabs his finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We help each other. A straight 50-50 deal, he looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor.
I'll think about it. Of all the people I've met on the station who might be capable of dealing with this badass bounty hunter, Ethan seems like the worst choice. I'll think about it.
Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor. Every cycle. Working.
I bet you are.
Jess, he pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about the cold eye S&R shit on his way from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need.
Great.
Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts.
Oh my god, Ethan.
So yeah, now there's a new clock you can work at the compressor.
Okay. Is there a clock that's like, hey, here's a guy coming to kill you?
Is it here? I don't know if it's here or if it's at your storage crate.
All right, let's finish algae. We can go ahead and do this.
Food.
Hell yeah, baby. You are leaning against the metal crates you just loaded up with algae, packed and dried into bright green pucks. Ish hops onto one beside you, flexing her aching back. I hope the refugees like algae. Ish squints at you, as if you just interrupted her train of thought. It's a look you've become familiar with. This is you, actually. Pat?
Oh. This doesn't matter either way. This is what we got. She sighs, rubbing the back of her neck. In these past cycles, working the algae stack with Ish, you had little insight into her mind. She rarely seems happy to start a conversation, but is always eager to end. Despite this, you feel like something has grown between you. Something like silent trust, the kind that tends to seed itself in the fertile soil of hard but unnecessary work.
I feel like this is just begging to get shut down, so I'm just gonna say concerned?
Ish laughs. You could say that. She turns to face you. I think I'd be stupid to not be concerned about all this. She's right, of course, though it's hard to focus your concerns on one thing in particular. Can the refugees survive on the flotilla? What are Havenage doing to help them? If the quarantine is lifted, is the eye really in danger? Each worry is far too large to even begin to process, to judge, and they mesh with other, more personal worries you feel until you feel the anxiety growing in your chest. You look at Ish, and they're suddenly eager to speak, to talk about something, anything, rather than just sitting and feeling this growing weight.
Why help the flotilla?
Ish pauses, her protective instinct fighting with the trust you've built. You can see her begin to shrug the question off, then she stops, rethinks, sighs. What you need to understand, Sleeper, is the Erland's Eye wasn't the only place where the Solheim collapse happened. Sure, Hawthorne, where we grew up, was an XPR installation, but that didn't screen it. That didn't screen it from Solheim going under. Actually, Solheim was the only reason XPR were even here. She pauses to hesitate into the whole story, but wanting to offer something. She flinches, correcting herself. They are a service corp, you understand? They set up outposts and circuit systems like this to offer refueling, logistics, and maintenance services to bigger companies with extraction contracts. She gestures to the eye around her, like Solheim. Solheim went bust, XPR lost their client, and Hawthorne, well, we lost everything. We became an outpost tasked with just holding on, keeping the refueling platforms running, they said. Keep the outpost stable. Hold on to our claim. She rubs at her head, as if recalling all of this was somehow physical pain. Do you know what it's like to spend your entire life in a place with no future? A place that exists only to hold a legal claim to a piece of territory, to shore up breach of contract negotiations between two corporations? It's like living in a... She searches for the words before jumping back and forth. In a grave. She clenches her hand. So if you're looking for answers to why questions, that's your answer. We, Peak, and I know what it's like to be forgotten, to be locked out. He stares hard at the side of the stack, the algae whirling against the glass in beautiful patterns, and she doesn't look away. The silence extends, and you realize the conversation is over. Ish seems angry at you, but with herself, for even voicing such ideas. After a while, you stand and start to load the crates onto the powered cargo trolley that Ish will run back to the Bryant. As you do, you try to catch her eye. She avoids it, soothing herself instead with comfort of simplicity of physical work.
All right.
It's gone.
Well, I'm starving, so maybe...
No cash.
Haifa... I could Mingy. I could work
the noodles.
Farm stacks. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of energy if you can guarantee
I can.
Go.
Zoop. Boom.
Boom. Now let's use these dice wisely.
All right.
Is there any action you can do on the ship? Or is it just the 8 scrap? Hey, you ticked one of the 3 clocks of 6.
Yeah. I should work on Peak's plan, because I want to have at least one segment on each clock. Let's see. This will give me...
There's water now, Jake. Oh, so it's only convince a crew, because the other ones are about the Havenage suspicion.
Yeah. I'm seeing if there's any that I can get. Like, what's the shortest clock here? So this is 6. This is 6. And this is 6. So this one I have +1. This one I have +1.
Each of these are all +1.
And this one I have +1. So there's really no difference.
No.
I think let's start with escort. Yep.
Just one.
It's wild that this is just one segment.
Bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's killing me. Killing me.
I guess it would be faster if, like, in post-game you have a bunch of +2s.
I guess.
Oh, there's your clock.
Okay, it's
Maywick.
It's pretty long.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you know this thing.
Oh my god, look at these dice rolls! A rapid burst of movement catches your attention. A drone, its fins adjusting as it hovers in place, floats in the corridor. Hello? The drone shifts a little but does not respond. The drone buzzes closer, and a voice gurgles out of its speaker, distorted and strange. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Why?
Please put more time on the clock.
The drone clicks and whirs, and the recording starts playing again. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Okay, walking away. Satisfied it has delivered its message, the drone rotates and accelerates away as rapidly as it arrived. You stare at it as it disappears from sight, hoping for some insight that escapes you. To the cordon, then.
Please
Catch your
put
death
more
from the
time
foul.
on the lot. Please put more time on the clock.
There's no way. Look at this.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Please put more time on the clock.
As you enter the passage that leads through the cordon, a flash of movement catches your eye. The drone. It stops to make sure you've seen it, and then flits into a side passage leading to a set of narrow stairs. You climb up through a dark shaft, the drone stopping at each landing to check you're following. Despite its lack of expression, there's something overbearing about the way the drone waits, impatiently realigning its fins in sequence. After a long climb, you come out onto an observation platform. The cordon and the vast, ramshackle refugee ships beyond fill your vision. The scale seems impossible, and immediately you feel small and naive for even thinking you could affect the situation. Something shifts nearby. The drone again? It's Helena! A woman is stood at... Okay, fine. A woman is stood at the window, at the edge of your vision. You aren't surprised you didn't notice her. She, too, seems impossibly small in the shadow of the flotilla. The drone buzzes by her shoulder, and she turns. Sleeper, sorry for all the cloak and dagger nonsense. She nods at the drone. But I have never regretted being cautious. She smiles a tight smile and holds out a hand. I'm Helene. Okay, shake hand. The tight smile holds, but the drone keeps its single eye fixed on you. The effect is a little unnerving. Look, she glances around the empty observation deck as if checking for potential eavesdroppers. Let's be straight with each other. I know about your plans, and she cuts in before you can respond. I understand your motives. You look at her in her overalls, the yellow markers, the HA sigil. You've been on the eye long enough to recognize a Havenage member when you see them.
And you know Fang?
You know Fang? Tell that motherfucker to pay up. You're Havenage. Yes, I mean, I expect that's obvious. The tight smile again. I hope you won't hold it against me. She glances around nervously again and moves a little closer. This entire situation, I'm not here to defend it. She glances back at the flotilla. No one is happy about this. Especially not the refugees. She sighs. I'm not your enemy here, no matter what you think. She pauses. Sleeper, tell me something. What does Havenage mean to you? A work in progress is pretty good. She smiles. Fair,
Ardenhurst would have been really funny, considering he does still have his position.
Yeah, considering he's still around. I would just be saying like, oh yeah, you know that one manager in Havenage? Him. He's Havenage.
They'll be like, I guess he works for us.
Havenage is used to being criticized. In some ways, we invite it. Our members are free to bring up grievances at any meeting to propose new structures and approaches. She shifts her weight impatiently. As a counselor, it is my duty to listen to them. That's why I was elected by the members. We are an imperfect system, yes, and each counselor, each member, each representative can be flawed and worse. She looks down. But we keep this place running. That's what we do. Non-members? There are paths to membership, and we cannot force everyone on the station to join us. What do you expect? We are an association of individuals. We cannot always account for the needs of those outside that structure. She turns and looks out at the flotilla, no matter how much we wish to. Can the Eye take in thousands of refugees safely? I don't know. This place is a ruin, Sleeper. What do you think the council discusses? The price of Girol? We make plans to keep this place spinning, to keep life support working, to ensure... Helena's slate chirps, and a grim look passes across her face as she sees the notification. She looks tired, the screen light casting her rigid expression in a pale glow. Sleeper, I didn't bring you here to explain how Havenage works. I came to talk about your plan to cross the cordon, breach the quarantine, and supply the flotilla. She looks directly at you. Stay silent. I know you think you're helping the flotilla, but you cannot do this. Right now, halfway along the ring, one of a countless series of debates are being held. These debates are to evaluate the potential harm that could be caused if the refugees of the flotilla are left to enter the station. Okay. These debates are at a standstill. Helena walks to the window. Too many in the Havenage Council think of the flotilla as a threat. After recent events, a hardline group has emerged, protective, selfish. They seek only to benefit the members. In their mind, the flotilla is a danger to life on the Eye. If you are caught crossing the cordon and breaching the quarantine, it will only strengthen the hardline counselor's case. Criminals who stole a ship from XPR undermining the security of the station? She shakes her head. It's exactly what they want. The refugees need supplies. They do, and that's exactly what I want to give them. But unless the quarantine is lifted through a fair process, they will never get them. She sighs deeply. And those ex-XPR spacers you're running with? Sleeper, do you know anything about them? More than I know about you, yeah. She looks at you pleadingly. Let's change that, Sleeper. Why do you think the refugee flotilla came here now? Something is happening in the system. Something is pushing people out of colonies and outposts that have survived since Solheim collapse. We need to be ready for whatever is coming, ready to protect the Eye. I know the Eye means something to you. I know there's a reason you're still here. Yeah, because I'm illegal contraband and I can't leave. Help me protect it. Helene fixes you with a strong look. Persuade those spacers that this is the wrong move, that they'll get caught and the flotilla will be locked down, that Havenage will be delivered into those with the worst instincts. Forget this suicidal supply run with people you barely know. Help me fight for the Eye. Why don't you stop them? Yeah. If I expose the plan, it's the same as if it goes ahead and they're caught. Either way I look at it, the Eye looks compromised, the quarantine justified. The hardliners get their scapegoat. No, I meant talk to the spacers, you dumb idiot. Like you're talking to me. Don't offer up the excuse the hardliners need to lock the flotilla out altogether, to persuade the members they are the safest pair of hands. She looks at you imploringly. Please. You look back at her and the flotilla behind, and sense a desperation in her plea. A notification breaks the silence. Shit. She rapidly scrolls through pages of data. Sleeper, I need to go. She looks torn. Think about this, please. Talk to the spacers, help them see reason. And she quickly leaves the observation deck before you have time to respond. You stay for a moment, watching the lights of the tugs in the flotilla, and wonder what it feels like to be on one of those ships, so close to your destination, and yet so far from it. And then you think of the Havenage Council chamber, across the Eye, where the right of these people to find safety is being debated. You shiver, and then you too are gone, back into the stairwell in the cold dark below. Look, dude.
I guess go and see if you can talk to them. Maybe that will give you more time on the clock. No?
What do you want me to do here?
I guess, I mean, I don't see any... I mean, maybe we can check the greenway to see if there's any new things, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, there's not even a new drive.
It's fucked up.
We need to
that
do
you have-
this. Hey!
Oh! It's fucked up that you have a drive that's called Enter the Greenway, and you are absolutely have been in the Greenway.
Yeah, I've been in the Greenway for a dang while. Maybe it's like, I don't know.
Well, this is just for Ashton. I think there's like a zone that you have not started to explore, the compass.
Yeah, that's right. My thing right now is getting one of these plans working.
Let's go, hit the button.
All right.
+1. +1.
Let's just throw a 6 in here, finish it. All right. A crew willing to escort the Briar through the quarantine. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Okay.
You meet Peak leaning in a corner of the canteen in their typical unassuming way. It occurs to you as you approach that Peak must have had some practice at staying invisible. You all good? They look at you. They look up from their slate. The crew you were talking to. They nod to the group leaving the canteen. They join us?
That's what they say.
You aren't sure? Peak looks back at them as they disappear into the corridors of the installation. Looks like we'll have to take them at their word either way. Peak beckons for you to follow as they peel off the wall and head out into the walkway overlooking the portal. Glad you were here to talk them into it. I never had much of a way with people. Peak smiles and looks away quickly as you walk.
You and Ish seem to do okay.
Peak laughs their light, easy laugh. Ish's not really like other people, which you've probably noticed. If only everyone was like Ish. They faded off, something drawing their attention. What I mean is, people have caused me a lot of trouble. I've had people hate me without knowing a thing about me. They tuck their hair behind their ear. I'm sure you know the feeling.
Oh, I do. I do. I recently met a guy named Ethan who was a real pain in my ass.
Pete glances at you. Sorry to hear that. It marks you, am I right?
Yes.
Pete nods. You both walk in silence for a moment. Not an awkward silence, but one of solidarity. Peak leads you around a corner, heading back to the main cordon access way. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out on this sleeper. I'm talking to the crew, and, well, you know. Maybe after this insane plot is done, we can talk properly. They keep looking ahead, and you realize they're nervous.
I'd like that.
Peak smiles, looking down at their feet. It's settled then, they say to the floor. I better report the news to Ish. We have ourselves a tug escort. Peak stops at an intersection. See you soon, Sleeper. Please, take care. And with that, they drift away, their head down, their gait changing as they do, their practiced invisibility shrouding them like a cape.
All right. Now we have at least one cordon crossing plan. Should we start working on water now? Water?
I mean, it's almost halfway.
Yeah. God, this can cost condition. That's awful. Well, it's...
Listen to this song, though.
Yeah, I love the pitch down voice sample. Okay.
I do, too.
Got another alert.
Halfway.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, let's go to sleep. I'm going to be curious to see what happens when the day comes and we don't have...
All the stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even have close to all the stuff.
Oh, I was gonna float this to you. Since we have no way to get enough scrap for that, next time, do you want to do a repair? Oh, Sleeper. Peak is waiting for you when you leave, but they look different, pale, drawn out. You need to come to the Briar now. They don't meet your eye.
What's happened?
Not here, Peak hisses. Come to the ship.
Okay.
We'll be waiting. Peak walks away. Don't take long.
Okay.
And with that, they disappear around the corner, leaving you anxious and confused. I guess this line makes more sense if you're not at the ship with them.
I mean, they don't necessarily bunk on the ship.
You would think they would, since they're like clearly refugees who stuck on and are living in the climbing briar.
Yeah.
As you walk into the climbing briar's cavernous bay, now filled with crates and containers, Ish is waiting for you. Very little water. In front of her, sliced open with its containers scattered across the top of a heavy-duty crate, is an object you recognize. Helene's drone.
Okay.
You freeze. Come in quick. Peak nudges you into the bay, looking behind you before sealing the entranceway. You have to start being careful. You move closer to the container, your eyes on the drone splayed out in pieces, some parts of it hooked up to a slate that Peak picks up and begins tapping away. Ish looks up from the dissection. We caught it buzzing around nearby, heading for the ship. She leans over and taps the HA sigil on one of the removed pieces of plate. It's a Havenage spy.
Yeah, I'm aware of all of this.
We think we got it before it sent data back, but we can't be sure. Peak looks at you nervously. Ish cuts in. Have you noticed anyone watching you? Any drones like this? Anyone following you up the briar?
Dude, I wouldn't lie to these people. I'm gonna be upfront with them. I've seen this drone.
Ish frowns. Following you?
I met its owner.
Ish pauses for a while, Peak looking between the two of you. Explain, Sleeper. Ish says quietly.
I'm gonna tell them about Helene.
You explain that you met with Helene at the cordon, and you tell Ish and Peak about what she told you. The Havenage Council are debating lifting the quarantine, but they are blocked by the hardliners. You speak faster and faster, but before you can finish, Ish walks away in anger and comes back again, her eyes burning.
I hope the game isn't assuming that I'm arguing for them. I'm just being open about having met Helene.
What is this, Sleeper? Have you understood nothing from what we've told you? She paces in front of you. Havenage are not your friends. They're administrators, which means they are interested in only their own power, their own survival, their own causes.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Correct. They divide people as easily as sorting livestock. The greater good of their work demands it. The wider project of the station, the colony, the nation. Her eyes are wide as she speaks, her anger barely contained.
I didn't have a choice?
Or she wants to help?
She doesn't want to help. She never offered help.
And you didn't do anything.
Yeah, like, what do you mean I didn't have a choice? I didn't have a choice, I guess.
To her? Pete cuts in. Listen to them, please, Ish. They are with us. Pete glances between you two. What was the Sleeper supposed to do? They were ambushed by this Helene.
I only listened.
Let me tell you something, Sleeper, Ish says, her rage hardening into pain. When people become administrators, they give up something. Some part of being human, being equal among others, goes away. They start talking about the greater good, the systems, the ways in which their hands are tied, or their processes are compromised. My mother was the administrator of Hawthorne, and I've seen what it did to her. The noble higher calling, it is toxic. People should never have the chance to decide the fate of others, and those that do so at the cost of their humanity. Pete tries to cut in, but Ish holds up a hand. Don't start, Peak. Don't ask me to be reasonable or calm down. Thousands of people are desperate out there. Being reasonable will only prolong their suffering.
Yeah, bro, you're right.
Ish doesn't move for a moment, then she lifts a hand to rub her temples. She goes to say something, then stops. She walks back into the bay and starts checking the straps on the crates. I will make the run. She yanks on a strap. No more distractions. Sleeper, you have to understand, this is personal for Ish. Helene warned you.
What did Helene warn me about?
They're going to catch them and prosecute them, and it'll guarantee that there's no relief coming to the blockade.
Yeah, I guess I can tell that Helene warned me.
Warned you what, Sleeper?
Getting caught will be bad.
You don't think we know that? Peak looks tired.
Okay.
You glance around the bay of the briar, the walls seeming closer every second. This whole thing is closing in on you. And the question is, where do you want it to be when it all collapses? You look at Peak.
Being a big hero.
And What do you think, Sleeper? Peak rubs their forehead. Should we do this thing or not?
I think we should. Maybe with 3 more days. 5 more days.
You're like, Peak, have you seen the amount of clocks we finished?
Yeah, Peak, I don't know, man.
Did you know I needed to put 8 scraps in at once on the ship?
We don't even have water, Peak. Alright.
I don't know might be it.
I don't know.
Because it is like, we don't have the plan done. The ship isn't fast enough. Like, they're almost guaranteed to get caught.
Yeah.
Peak nods. Me neither. They look at Ish.
I'm gonna finish water, and then I'm gonna try and get a second cordon running strategy done.
I don't know if you can finish water even with 4 dice.
I think I might be able to.
Me neither. But you see her, she knows, and she saved my life, and I'm going to say we do it. They squeeze your shoulder onward.
Cool.
They slip away to help Ish, leaving you alone to replay the conversation in your head. A certain kind of grim determination settling in the room. Last chance to prepare.
Okay. Oh god, we have 2 days. Fuck.
And that means 1 more day of doing shit after this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could exactly get water.
Yep. Let's do it. 1.
Oh man, you're gonna be starving tomorrow too.
2. 3. 4. You find an outlet valve behind a web of sensors. Delicately, you begin filling a tank. Each gives you a thumbs up. This is working.
She's going to talk to you again. Tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Ish is double-checking the seals on the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you are far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones.
How will you get these to the Briar?
Ish glances back at you. We'll trolley these to a bay further along, and then we'll bring in the Briar for a quick and quiet collection. Speaking of quiet, she gives you a look and then pointedly back down the corridor towards the reservoir before hitting the ignition on the trolley to start moving. You take the other side of the trolley and walk it up the wide service corridor with its flickering lights and Solheim detritus. You doubt it gets used by Havenage, at least that's the hope. You glance across at Ish, her face a mask of determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make this journey go a little easier.
What comes next?
Ish pauses, a little surprised by your question. She glances back down the tunnel, but in this deserted passage she can hardly keep up the pretense of silence. Is that how you spell pretense?
No. Yeah, it's misspelled.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I was like, that doesn't look right. We keep going, she answers quickly and turns back to the trolley. But she can tell you're expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you, but trying instead to get her answer straight in her head. Our outpost, Hawthorne, is not an easy place to grow up. The administrators keep a tight hold on everything. She rolls her eyes, even though they're trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak, she pauses. Peak found it harder than most. She pauses again, judging her words. I stepped in to help them out. Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Isha's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor. I promised Peak I would get them out, no matter what. So when the opportunity arose, she grimaces, we got out. We got as far away from that place as we could. We were glad of it. So after this, we keep going, until we're so far from Hawthorne we can't even remember the way back. Ish stops talking, but she has a dark look in her eyes, her mind thinking of the difficulties that the future might bring. You both reach your wide bulkhead doorway and have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you're done, Ish turns to you. I'm good from here. Head back. And that she's gone, moving off into the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go, turn around, and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered from, the tunnel humming around you as you did. As you walk, you try to piece together Isha's past, but all you have are glimpses of a person she once was. She seems to prefer it that way.
Okay.
So I was gonna say, since there's no way you can get 8, and there's no way you can get enough money for more medicine, do you want to
use the scrap? Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Boop. Boop. It gives me 1 segment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. I guess that's the end of the cycle.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah. Do you think we just have this cycle, or do we have this cycle and next cycle?
Those are your dice. I feel like
I think we'll have this cycle. I think we'll have this cycle and next cycle. I think it'll make us play the scene next cycle, but I think we'll get to pick when we do it next cycle.
All right, let's hit it.
I think I want the blind spot. That just seems like the most logical thing.
At least with these rolls, you won't fill up any of the suspicion bar.
Yep.
Which you have no way to bring down.
That's right.
What are you gonna do about starving?
Starve.
Alright, that's gonna super hurt your clock, but I don't know if it'll knock you to 3 dice.
We'll see. I'm not a commune member yet, right? No, I'm not.
No. I think being a commune member will pretty much just let you sleep there.
Yeah, and I don't have anyone to sell data to. I still haven't found anyone who will buy Yatagan data.
Yeah. You're close to 5, hey.
Yeah, it's gonna take 2 condition pips. So it'll just knock me down to barely 4. Yep.
Yeah, that's brutal. She's gone, sleeper.
What?
Pete is breathless and shaking. She started the run without us.
Shit.
Let's go. If we head to the corridor now, Peak starts back up the corridor. They turn back. She has to make it, sleeper. She has to. A shiver runs down your spine. Ish, I hope you know what you're doing.
God damn it! I can't believe I wasted 4 dice on that clock. Ah, fuck me. Drive failed. What do you mean failed? How could I have possibly succeeded?
You arrive frantic and anxious at the cordon. Peak is nowhere to be seen. There you hear footsteps hammering on the metal stairway. Helene's drone led you through before, the one that leads you up to the observation deck. You lead up the stairs 2 at a time and make it to the top, momentarily blinded by the light pouring into the observation deck. Sleeper, Peak emerges from the light. She's just trying to protect me, but...
This is not okay. What was she thinking?
She's always planning this. I know it. They turn away. How could I have not seen it coming? There she is. Peak rushes to the wide window, leaning towards a glimpse of the Climbing Briar's blue XPR livery against the black of the void. You spot the Climbing Briar, a glint of blue and white, beside it a red glare of a tug's light. The tug crew went with her. Peak smiles. I knew they'd keep their word.
That'll help.
Peak doesn't seem to hear you, but the idea of the crew backing Ish up makes you smile. Maybe this thing will work.
I would really have more confidence if you'd let me finish that second clock.
You watch as the Briar and its tug escort arc down towards the edge of the corridor, demarcated by the red lights of the perimeter system. So far, so good. The Briar will just look like any other refugee ship being escorted into the cordon, at least at a glance.
I'm dying.
Peak grips the rail as Ish reaches the edge of the cordon. That invisible net of sensors splayed between the ships and drones. Can she pass through? The response is immediate. The moment Briar hits the net of sensors, the entire cordon reacts.
This is killing me.
Sequences of blinking lights cascade out from the ship's position. The angry red of the cordon multiplied many times over. Shit. Peak presses a hand against the window. Ish, go! Go! As if responding to Peak, the Briar goes into the steep drive, plunging through the skin of the cordon into the mess of ships beneath. You move closer to the window without thinking, unable to take your eyes off the rapidly descending ship, spinning between the hulls of the flotilla, a group of tugs now tracing its path in pursuit. She's going to have to do this fast. Peak looks concerned as the Briar searches for a place to dock. You glance around for pursuing tugs. For a moment, they seem to be elsewhere. Each pulls the ship in, aiming to dock with the largest of the flotilla, a vast converted tanker, half of its protective plates removed. You think about the effort it must have taken to get the thing all the way here from the inner system. This seems to be going well as long as she doesn't plan to come back.
I have no confidence. This game could easily just step on my whole shit.
Because she made it.
I guess.
You have max supplies. You watch the Briar, unable to get any sense of progress from its plastic exterior. They'll be offloading everything now, Peak says, both assuring you and themselves that everything's going to plan. You think of all the supplies loaded into the Briar, how long the process of unloading might take. Is everything Ish had wanted, or perhaps everything that the flotilla needed. But it was best you could do with the time you had. You think of the reaction of the refugees at the welcome and thanks they'll give Ish as the bearer of such gifts. You focus on that as you watch the Briar continue the nervous wait for it to finish unloading. It's breaking off. Peak points at the Briar and you see a puff of air and dust that accompanies an emergency depressurization. Ish must have ended things early, but why? Then you see the tugs closing in on the Briar. Havenage must have spotted the ship. You and Peak are up against the window again, wheeling the Briar to a safe path out of the flotilla. The Briar drifts through the flotilla, but it's agonizingly slow. Come on, Ish. Peak shouts in desperation, pressing a palm against the glass. You squint at the gathering yellow glints of the tug. They're too fast.
Yep.
You both watch in dismay as the tugs swarm the Briar, their shunts locking onto the hull of the ship and holding it in place. The Briar is stuck. Its drives unable to escape the tugs. Grips especially in close quarters of the flotilla. Peak is silent, and he watches the Briar is dragged away towards the facility at the edge of the rim, a hole opening up in the pit of your stomach.
We needed one more day.
You look at Peak, but they don't respond. They don't take their eyes off the Briar.
Ugh.
Even after it disappears. I mean, the thing is, it's literally impossible for you to get the 8 scrap with your current setup.
We weren't missing the scrap. We needed one more day to get a second, cordon strategy.
Right, but the scrap was what you needed to make it faster.
Yeah, but
even after,
if we had made a blind spot, the tugs wouldn't be chasing her.
Maybe. Even after he disappears, they stand there, the glass, their eyes fixed on the flotilla. She didn't even get the supplies through. Peak doesn't look at you. This was all for nothing.
Jailbreak. We can get her back.
This was stupid, Sleeper. Peak looks back at you, their eyes wet. Stupid plan. We had a ship and our freedom, and now what do we have? Peak slams a hand on the glass in frustration, making you jump. I won't be trapped again, I won't. They turn and rush out of the observation deck before you can say anything, leaving you alone with the cold and the light.
Yep, this sucked. Drive failed.
Damn. Oh, and you got a new clock.
Cleaning up. Helene left a message with one of her drones for you to meet her here once she is done cleaning up the mess. Helene can suck my butt.
At least you still got the house.
Yeah, I guess.
I
need to eat food.
Yeah, go work at the commune for energy. Or steal hay if you're really playing risky.
I'm just gonna play some tabla.
Oh, to get cash?
Yeah.
You have a 5. You could have stolen hands.
Yeah, but if I play Tavla, I get a little bit of leftover cash afterwards.
Do you want to see if you can afford soup?
I don't have any mushrooms.
Oh, you can't even still buy stuff from Memphis?
Oh, I mean, I can.
I was gonna say that would have gotten you a little bit more energy from it.
No, it just gives me 2, I think.
I thought it gave you 3.
I'm pretty sure
That's
it just
why I
gave me
was
2.
saying, I figured it gave you more since it was more expensive by like a third.
No, I thought it was more expensive because it gave me, it progressed a clock. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, hey, we haven't looked in at the compressor.
It doesn't actually say. Yeah.
Let's look in. Let's look in.
Fine.
We even looked at these. Work the back, Ethan's debt, Ethan's debt. Work the front, Ethan's debt, Ethan's debt.
Good God.
Look at that size of that debt clock.
It's huge. Ugh. God, that's so depressing. Oh, let's save the navigator.
Yeah, that's in the hub.
There we go.
And then after this cycle, we'll probably call it.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna be real. When I got home, I was feeling weird and bad, and I was like, I don't know if I should play this game because it's really stressful and the consequences are really dire, and I feel really bad whenever bad things happen to the characters in it. But I was like, you know what? Let's just do it.
And we haven't even met Ishin and Peak.
Yeah, no, we hadn't. Yeah, we met. I was already feeling weird and bad, and then we met 2 characters whose like whole plot line I really cared about, and then one got arrested, and now I feel even weirder and worse.
I know. I don't understand why. Here's what I would have. If I was her, here's what I would have done. I would have realized I'm not getting back, and just focus on getting the supplies across, and then staying there.
I'm gonna need one more from this. Send. I can work at the commune with this last one.
Oh, I was gonna say, could Bria finish that clock though?
No. I mean it would have had a pretty good chance of giving me a negative outcome. I can just wait a day and have a better chance.
All right, and hey, this will at least make you a member.
Yep. Nope. I got the bad outcome.
Which means energy and 1 tick. Well, you know, that'll mean for next time.
Come on, let's do one more cycle. I need to accomplish something after that absolute tragedy. I feel so bad.
Oh my god. I mean, I can't believe we got the water.
Yeah, but like, it didn't even matter. In the end, it didn't even matter.
Oh my god, look at your health.
Whatever, man.
Well, yeah, you got a 5. You can kill. You got a 5 and a 4. That could probably be enough to kill or to trap the hunter.
I only need 1. I only need the 5.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. God damn, dude. All right, let's do it. There we go. As you
blink. Oh, go ahead.
As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, span it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data. Fed the lives of thousands of people. Now it is finally dead. The navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircled you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface like the cresting fin of a shark, and then slips into the loop again. All that you can see of Killer's body after that is a slight thickening of the loop, and that thickening begins to travel around on a long and slow sojourn that will last it forever.
Surprising, says the navigator, drifting week off there in prison. The killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever?
None of these are correct. I was worried about what the consequences would be for you. I don't know, maybe they can be saved.
You are naive. They are a killer by nature. Look at what they did to their own home. Navigator gazes into the darkness. This place was their domain and prison. They had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executing its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak, and yet they kept cutting until only those 3 threads remained. For millions that once thrummed, only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this. Those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Navigator looks to you for your thoughts.
I don't know about any of this. They will suffer for it, I guess.
Navigator looks at the loop and shudders. If they can suffer, that recursive prison will certainly induce it. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There's something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from the central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it. This place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than the totalizing system of control. The Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like us. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge, that sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid shifting tank of total darkness. A green light, the Navigator says, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud.
What system is inside it?
It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. We have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher. They pause and then blink out of existence.
What?
You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. Take it. You take it, still shocked. I'm not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to.
Okay, just don't kill everyone.
Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you, Sleeper.
Thank you.
It's true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, but suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems. Cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And then they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting to rapidly lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps you can wait until after you've celebrated this victory.
With a character point.
Yeah.
Give me that. What's the point? What's the point in anything?
+1. What are you gonna do with these 2 dice?
I don't know, man.
You're gonna need money for another vial of medicine, or at least how much more was it Yadigan data that he'll give you a vial for?
Yeah, he would give me a file for 5 of any type of data. So let's see.
I thought it was specifically one was Havenage to give you a ship mind. One was
stabilizer
Yadigan
for Yadagan. Okay, and I have 3 Yadagan, so
you just need 2 more. And then you don't have to worry about the hunter.
yep, 1 or 3.
1 or 3.
Great.
The Yadigan seemed to hang by the weapon.
Yeah, that's the one I looked at. This is a new one. 1 or 3.
3.
Nothing.
Well, I guess you can spend that last dice.
They're both 1 or 3. I can reroll.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say you could.
2 and 5.
Well, at least you can finish up the
Commune?
commune, and that'll get you some energy.
Yeah, I guess. Done.
An upgrade point.
Haifa dorm.
You got another? Yeah.
Oh, it just has the Maywit clock by it.
And there's Rico.
Okay. You head down into the Haifa commune compound, following a blue-painted line that is labeled Laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd asked to see you, but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door, and through to a glass-roofed chamber where a network of stems and leaves filters the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green, you miss the woman standing at a lab bench camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary. She smiles. Come, let's talk, she says, and beckons you closer. Who are you? Of course, my apologies. She offers a hand to shake. I'm Rico. I run the botany program at Haifa. Botany program? Yes, the plants in the Greenway are vital to Haifa's continued existence. It's important we understand them. She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here, we feed each other, we work for each other. Rico walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth, it's a kind of miracle. She looks at you with bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? They die? Eventually, yes, they cannot live without intervention. She leads you left at a crossroads. But here, they endured. She smiles to herself. Actually, no, they thrived. You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong, like they are taking control of this place. Rico continues. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as an extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlen himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and small-scale agriculture systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch, but we found a jungle. With this, Rico hits a button on the wall and leads you through a large pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is every kind of green. From the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them, it is wet, too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny broad leaves of shrubs. How? That is exactly our question. Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both standing in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew. Me? Yes, you. Rico sits on a railing. These halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. She stamps her foot on the metal grating of the walkway. Whatever's causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. You sleepers are hardy beings. I know that much, and you can speak to the eye, uncover its secrets, in ways I never can. She holds out an arm so you can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they're found, the better. Okay. Thank you, she smiles. And thank you for listening. Rico leads you back out of the huge chamber and up through the passages. She is a little slower now, and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can. It's good to have new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through. She settles back at her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, Sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made. And you follow the blue line back up out of the compound, all the time thinking of that impossible, magical green. All right, new drive.
Yeah, and now the Haifa labs are
spores.
to deliver spores.
Okay.
And did your Haifa commune things change?
Work assignment.
Yeah,
Nope.
so that'll get you energy. No matter. I love positive energy.
Yep.
Negative energy.
Just do it.
It's repeatable.
Just do it at all.
You want to put that last 5 into Tavla?
No.
No?
I guess I do need to start saving up for a thing. But I think I can probably get Yatagan data next round, especially with my reroll, if I prioritize it.
So what do you spend the 5 on?
I was thinking I would spend the 5 on... Where is it?
Oh, yeah. And if you you now have that point to
Wild
get
margins.
+1 and endure.
I don't have a point. Oh, I do have a point. Whoop.
There. Now you can finally use the waste to get tons of scrap, which will,
That'll help me heal myself, I guess.
yeah.
I think for now I want to try tracking Ashton. This gives me 2 segments, 3 segments, so let's do it. Boop. All right.
That's the stream.
That's the
Ooh,
stream.
Look at that Maywood clock's at a quarter.
It's not quite. It's gonna be at a quarter tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. And Helene pops tomorrow.
Well, we'll check in next week.
Yep. Oh God.
Oh, look at you, so fucked up with only 3 dice. Damn. We were doing so well, and then we met those fucking refugees who wanted food to keep people from starving.
Yep. And like, if I'm presented with an intractable bureaucracy, and people who need help extra legally, I'm gonna give them that extra legal help.
Yeah, if only we had one more day, they might have been able to unload all of the supplies.
Yeah.
On the bright side, Ish won't starve to death or go thirsty.
That's right, because she's in jail.
Well, no, I was going to say because she didn't finish unloading the supplies.
I guess, but she's in prison, so does it really matter?
I thought she was just locked with the flotilla.
No, she got caught by the tugs.
I thought those tugs just kept the flotilla in place.
I mean, they do that as well, but I think the tugs brought her back to Havenage.
I don't know.
I feel pretty confident.
I literally don't know.
Yeah.
It's new. Everything else. I drained this game to completion, but this is uncharted territory.
Yep.
Fucked up that it fucking sprung it on you as soon as you got into the Greenway.
Yeah. Well, oh no, it didn't. No, we had to talk to them.
God, they always get you talking to people, and you can't not talk to them, right? Because it counts as an action that's available.
No, I think you can put it off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we
eh,
probably we could have done better if we had prioritized it from the beginning, but we got unlucky in that we had clocks running as soon as we started the thing, like for other missions.
yeah, I guess there was technically never a clock for Hunter and Navigator, but it felt like there's a clock. It heavily implied that Navigator was in danger of getting killed.
Yeah, we shouldn't have wasted those days on Navigator.
Yeah.
Well, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, I guess we should have trusted the lack of red clocks.
Yeah. And I guess Isha's
Any any idea what you want to focus on next? You want
I
to
don't know, dude, just not feeling weird and bad all the time.
I
Just
was gonna say it's like, do we start to try to diffuse the Maywick clock by helping out
I
Ethan?
guess. Hey, Pat, after this game, can we play a game that's like funny and fun or just
Uh,
goofy?
what games are funny?
It doesn't.
South Park: The Stick of
Oh
Truth,
my god. It doesn't.
Fall Guys: Ultimate Knockout,
Oh my god. The game itself doesn't have to be funny. It just has to not be a huge downer.
Spy versus Spy, 1986,
Oh my god.
Worms,
All right. Well,
Octodad,
this is how the stream ends, everyone. Just Pat reading out Pat's huge face reading out a list of funny games.
Surgeon Simulator,
Good night.
the Grand Theft Auto series,
Keep going. Keep
Portal
going.
1 and 2,
Yeah.
The Sims,
Mm-hmm.
Bulletstorm? Why is Bulletstorm number 4 in the funniest games of all time list?
I don't know. Did anyone even play that game?
It got a re-release, so it has to. But it's like, why is it 4 is so high up?
It's very high up. All
Like
right.
Stanley Parable is 9. Lego City Undercover is 10.
Nice. All right. Good night, everyone. Dream of Lego City Undercover.